Okay, I'm here in Austin, Texas with Ray Boggs of IDC. Ray, how are you?
Doing good.
So we just finished Dell's Analyst Summit out here at the W Hotel, and I'd be very interested in getting your thoughts. What were you expecting coming into it, and how did Dell either meet or miss those expectations?
Well, I'm coming from actually a very good position of having been down in December as well as in January to engage with Dell and kind of get a pre-brief, as it were, of the small and mid-sized business activity, which is, of course, my focus of attention. But what was interesting the past 2 days is the context in which that community fits within the larger Dell world and the critical role that's played as far as the mid-sized customer as being the initial focal point of development activity that can then be scaled up for larger organizations or adjusted appropriately even down to the consumer level. And the sort of the interaction of all of those different constituencies and how the kind of resources that are being developed for one might be scaled to serve the needs of others.
So was there a particular takeaway that you thought, wow, this is different for Dell, Dell really got it, or is this just more progress?
Well, the progress, so in a sense we've been looking in a linear way at how Dell has been changing over the years, but just the past year especially from an acquisition standpoint has really been transformative in a lot of ways. Dell kind of reinventing itself. And in fact, I was chatting with Paula Altmaier last night about, and she's in the SMB space, but also spearheading some R&D work in the Bay Area. So a whole new development center. But the whole idea of Dell really doubling down on both acquisitions and R&D. Because back in the day, the story of Dell was very low SG&A, very low costs, highly leveraged in terms of the work of others, and we're able to be a fast follower and get in, and with supply chain skills and our skills in manufacturing, able to make bushels of money. And it's gotten harder. And now the bushels of money are coming from actually the exact opposite, to investing in R&D, in putting forth new initiatives and making the kinds of acquisitions that we've heard of. And I was just chatting with the head of Case, and man, he's into some interesting and exciting things. And he told us way more than we were ever imagining he'd share with us about directional guidance and what's going to be happening in the future. And it's going to be very exciting times, not only this year, but next year and the year beyond.
So as you mentioned, you cover SMB. What are the questions that you hear from your clients when they ask you about Dell, either the things that they're trying to check up on?
Well, a lot of it relates to moving beyond the sort of core hardware, the basic building blocks, to what are the solutions, what are the kinds of services, and that really has been where Dell has been taking itself in terms of beyond the dorm room and Michael Dell selling low cost desktops to the whole world of solutions, service, support, the cloud, all of the kinds of things that really, from a small and mid-sized business and from a consumer and a larger enterprise perspective, are what they're looking for. In other words, I don't need stuff. I don't even need atoms. I need solutions, and that may come in the form of electrons in terms of service, or it may come in some other way. And it's almost a matter of help me solve my problems, help me ease my pain. And regardless of how that approach is, whatever approach you take to get me to that destination, I'll be happy if you can get me there, and if it's affordable and reliable and it does the job.
And then last but not least, what would you like to see from Dell? What would you think that the next step that we really need to do to improve or to take it to the next level?
Well, it's almost a matter of, can we build more intelligence into what we do? More from a self-managing, self-governing, but especially from a small business perspective, but even a mid-sized firm, how can I do a better job as a small business owner or as a small business IT person? What are the things that I should be knowing about myself? Help me gain greater self-knowledge about my operations, and help me in turn then become more flexible, more agile, more responsive to my own competitive environment. And if you can help me do that, that'll help me survive, help me thrive, and guess what? I'll be happy to invest more in the kinds of solutions you provide.
Excellent. Ray Boggs, thank you so much.